What shall I tell my black boy who lives in a skin of blackness? What shall I say? I shall tell him that in 1619 or perhaps before, that the black man was enslaved, used, killed, and abused. I should tell him that his manhood was once legally denied. Less than humanity was his reality. Don't be afraid to tell him the truth. What shall I tell him? Tell him that his people fought, bled and died, hung and despised. Tell him more. Tell him life was hard, killings weren't few. What shall I tell my black boy who lives in a skin of blackness? Tell him of the difficulties of freedom, the marches and the hoses. Tell him of the white hoods. Tell him of the lynchings. I shall tell him the truth. Tell him of the struggles. Tell him of the pain. Tell him of the hatred. Tell him of the lies and the few gains. What shall I tell my black boy who lives in a skin of blackness? Tell him that his skin is black. His skin is pride. His blackness is no mistake. His skin is deliberate. Tell him he descends from kings. He discovered and created. He designed and saw. What shall I tell my black boy? I shall tell him the truth. What shall I tell my black boy? Authored by Dr. Bell. Hi, I am Dr. Ed Bell. I am here with you today to talk about a subject that is near and dear to me. I wanted to ask African American males one question. Therefore, I called upon 11 brothers to ask the following question. What does it mean to be a black man? Given the current state that black men are facing, I thought it would be appropriate to hear the lived experiences of these 11 men. It is no doubt that the experiences of African American males are unlike any other experiences that anyone could have faced or will be facing. Given the nature of black men in America today, it is important for us to have a discussion. What does it mean to be a black man? We all want equality. We all want to be treated with self-respect. None of us want to be judged by the color of our skin. We all want to be judged and looked at based on our individual merit. However, given the stats and the data that we all hear and see, it is without question that the experiences of black men should be something that we all are concerned about. Therefore, 11 black men took it upon themselves to respond. Before I get into their individual responses, it is important for all of us to understand that the plight that black men faced in this country is peculiar. It is peculiar because as a race, as a group of people, we are looked upon differently. We face difficult and different situations. Throughout history, the black man has endured countless atrocities and faced endless struggles. It is important for us to have a discussion and to understand the lived experiences of black men. It is no doubt one cannot question the stereotypes, the perceptions, and the opinions that face black men throughout America. When I go out, drive out, sit out, and eat out, I feel the pressure, the societal pressures of being a black man. In the words of Langston Hughes, I too seeing America. Although I am the darker brother, one day you will be ashamed and you will welcome me. So therefore, these are the feelings and the sentiments of black men in America. We just want equality, fairness, and a sense of pride and a sense of respect. It is interesting to hear the responses. What does it mean to be a black man? Many of us would take that for granted and make the assumption that all men are the same, regardless of the hue. However, that is far from the case. As I sit here, I am Dr. Ed Bell with a doctorate degree, all degreed up. Nevertheless, I am not naive that when others see me, they see the black man first and the man is second. I am not naive at all. So being a black man is a chore. It is a responsibility. It is a struggle. But yet it is a struggle that I enjoy and others enjoy as well. In the words of the late Dr. Maya Angelou, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. And particularly, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey as a black man now. So let's hear the experiences of those 11 black men who are sharing with you what does it mean to be a black man. One brother said, what does it mean to be a black man? He said to be strong. Another one said to be cautious. Another one said to be misunderstood. Another brother said, you have to fight daily. Another brother said, you are going to be harassed, to be hated, to be despised, to be perceived differently, to be an overachiever, to be someone who must overcome. Another brother said to be looked at with suspicion. Another brother said, which was quite interesting, he wished for the opportunity to take off his blackness. This is what I call situational blackness. He goes on to say there are times and there are situations when he preferred not to be a black man, based solely on being mistreated, to be hated, to be cast down. So he wants to be able to take off his blackness. Another brother reported to be black is to be a family man, in that we must support the family. We cannot avoid or leave the family. That is important in being a black man is to stay within the family environment. Another brother said, what does it mean to be a black man? Is that you will be second guessed, regardless of your degrees or your experiences. You won't be taken serious, or you will be looked down or criticized more. Another brother said to be a black man, it means constant struggle, constant fight. Another brother reported being a black man means to be able to handle constant adversity, to be powerful, but yet you have no power. Always being put in a box. You are outnumbered. Another brother reported, your back is always against the wall. You will always be criticized. The law is not in your favor. We must never fold as a black man. We must fight constantly. We must never give up in spite of what is said and what is done. We must hide behind our smiles. We must pray daily and ask for forgiveness often. The last response to the question, what does it mean to be a black man? One respondent said, to be called a nigger. So therefore, I'm asking the question, who is a nigger? Let's invite James Baldwin by way of a video clip to tell us who is a nigger.
Describing me. Now here in this country we've got something called a nigger. It doesn't in such terms, I beg you to remark, exist in any other country in the world. We have invented the nigger. I didn't invent him. White people invented him. I've always known, I had to know by the time I was 17 years old. What you were describing was not me, and what you were afraid of was not me. It had to be something else. You had invented it, so it had to be something you were afraid of, and you invested me with it. Now, if that's so, no matter what you've done to me, I can say to you this, and I mean it. I know you can't do any more, and I got nothing to lose. And I know, and I've always known, and really always, that's part of the agony. I've always known that I'm not a nigger. But if I am not the nigger, and if it's true that your invention reveals you, then who is the nigger? I'm not the victim here. I know one thing from another. And I know I'm going to born and I'm going to be, I was born, I'm going to suffer, and I'm going to die. And the only way you get through life is to know the worst things about it. I know that a person is more important than anything else. Anything else. I learned this because I've had to learn it. But you still think, I gather, that the nigger is necessary. Well, he's unnecessary to me, so he must be necessary to you. So I give you your problem back. You're the nigger, baby, it isn't me.
I hope you have enjoyed this video titled, What Does It Mean to Be a Black Man? These are the type of discussions that we must have in our communities on a daily basis to understand the lived experiences of black men. So I end this video with the question, what shall I tell my black boy who lives in a skin of blackness? What shall I say to him? I shall tell him the truth. And what does it mean to be a black man? I am Dr. Bell.